There's another question on the YouTube by Sobia Khan. I never hit puberty. I never got married. I never hit puberty. I never got period. Can I marry? The question posed by the sister is that she never reached puberty. She never got a period. Can she marry? As far as marriage is concerned in Islam, to consummate the marriage, it's a requirement that the girl should reach puberty, and this is the view of many scholars, including Sheikh Ibn Taymiyyah. But there are possibilities that you can arrange the marriage. The marriage can be arranged before puberty, but as far as consummation is concerned, according to scholars, the correct opinion, even according to Ibn Taymiyyah, Shaykhul Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, is that the consummation of the marriage should only take place after she reaches puberty. Shaykhul Islam Ibn Taymiyyah also believes that unnecessarily even marrying without consummation before puberty, he wasn't in that favor. But if a marriage takes place after the girl reaches puberty, she has a right to cancel that marriage according to Shaykhul Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. But the general concept in Islam is for the consummation of the marriage to take place, the girl should reach puberty. Hope that answers the question. The next question by Sayyid Abdul Rahman, Manchester, UK. Assalamu alaikum Zakir Sahib and everyone in the organization. Why is pork haram? A similar question is asked by Naimur Rahman. I am a student from Magura, Bangladesh. Why is it forbidden to eat pork in Islam? The question asked is, why is it forbidden to eat pork in Islam? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the glorious Quran, in no less than 4 different places. In Surah Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 173. In Surah Ma'idah, chapter number 5, verse number 3. In Surah Anam, chapter number 6, verse number 145. And Surah Nahl, chapter number 16, verse number 115. Allah says, Hurrimat alaykumul maytutu waddamu walamul khinzir wama uhilla li ghayrillah bi. Forbidden for you for food are dead meat, blood, the flesh of swine, and any food on which any name besides Allah's name is taken. So in no less than 4 different places in the Quran, it is clearly mentioned that dead meat, blood, the flesh of swine, that is pork, and any food on which any name besides Allah's name is taken, it is prohibited. So anyone who's a Muslim, who believes in the Quran, he will abstain from eating pork. Pork is also prohibited in the Bible. It is mentioned in the Bible in no less than 3 different places. It's mentioned in the book of Leviticus, chapter number 11, verse number 7 and 8. It says that the swine, though he divides the hoof and has cloven foot, yet it chews not the cud. He is unclean for you. Of their flesh ye shall eat not, of their carcass you shall touch not. They are unclean for you. A similar message is given in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter number 14, verse number 8, where it says, the swine, though it divides the hoof, yet it chews not the cud. It is unclean for you. You shall not eat the flesh. You shall not touch the dead carcass. You shall not touch the dead carcass. It is unclean for you. The similar message that pork is prohibited is also repeated in the book of Isaiah, chapter number 65, verse number 2 to 5. So no less than 3 places the Bible prohibits the Christians from having pork. Similarly, even in the Hindu scriptures, it says in the Vishnu Shitra, chapter number 24, verse number 1, that you shall not sell the flesh of swine. So selling pork is prohibited. Now let's analyze the person. May not be religious, he may not follow the Bible, he may be a Christian, but yet, or he may be atheist. So how do we convince an atheist or a non-Muslim who does not believe in religious scriptures that pork is prohibited? Today science tells us that if a person has pork, there are chances that the person can have 70 different types of diseases. there are various helminths that a person can have if he eats pork. He can have roundworm, he can have pinworm, he can have hookworm, and one of the dangerous helminth that a person can have if he has pork is called as Taenia solium. In layman's terminology, it is called as tapeworm. It harbors in the intestine, it's very long, and the ova, the egg, via the bloodstream, if it goes to the brain, it can cause memory loss. If it goes to the eye, it can cause blindness. If it enters the heart, it can cause heart attack. If it enters the liver, it can cause liver damage. It can enter almost all the organs of the body. And by the time you realize it, it's too late. It is very dangerous.